Hello everybody. Welcome to Solo Bro Reviews. Today we are actually checking out a city builder today known as Cities Skylines II. This is the second rendition of the game in the series of City Skylines. And this one just released, I'd say about a year ago, maybe longer. And we're going to be taking a look at this game to kind of give you a look and little overview of this game. This game, in long term, is basically you have to build a city and you have to maintain it while trying to keep your money in a positive income. You keep your people happy. You have to ensure that they can live, they have healthcare, they have police, firemen, and they even have the ability to stave off natural disasters. Now, with that being said, we're going to kind of dive right on into this today. It is very easy. Now, I do have the radio muted. There is a radio in the game. I do not know if any of these songs are copyrighted, so I did not want to take the chance. City Skylines 2 is definitely an upgrade from City Skylines 1 with how, when you get down into specialties like woodwork or anything like that, that everything that you produce within your city gets used within your city, and anything extra that you use gets exported for profit. So let's dive right on in here. So we'll kind of go over the main thing on the screen here. Now, of course, you have the chipper, which is basically it gives what citizens are saying and what's going on and why people might be unhappy. You do have a help button up here. This does kind of talk about the advisor, talks about roads, stuff like that. You can follow your citizens. You can see events that have happened. Now, the bottom of the screen is what we're going to kind of take a look at. We're going to start from bottom right. So bottom right is the happiness of your citizens, the average happiness. Now, when you do click on this, it does basically kind of go into like, oh, here's your happiness, the building code, parks, attractions, all the stuff like that. You can take a look at underground. So if you have like utilities or anything like that running through the underground, all the good stuff like that, and you'll see a lot of stuff is locked here. We'll go into all that here in just a minute, but here is your money. And then you also have the bulldozer, so if you want to destroy anything, landscaping, so you can raise and lower land, your city name, your population, weather, the season, your time, and then on the left to the right now, you can buy map tiles once you hit your first milestone. And this is your milestones. This is the demand that is needed in your city. So you'll notice these three bars here. There's residential, commercial, industrial. This is how you will pave what everything looks like. This is for like specialized industrial area tool, surface area tool, and then you have roads and power and water. Now, we're just going to kind of dive right on into this here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to basically get, we're going to kind of start here to get everything rolling. So as you see here, this is going to be our main highway that kind of comes into our town here. And it does branch off into our town, into these two different roads, and then it branches into a 4-lane road here. Just fine. What I like to do is I like to build a roundabout right away. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, let's see here. Oh, they've added a lot of stuff here, and that's fine. Let's do, well, why not? So we'll do a small roundabout, kind of like right there. So as you see here, ignore the graphical glitch here. I don't know why it does that. That's fine. But what we're going to do is now that we have a roundabout, we've kind of started building our city. We're going to branch off. So we're going to click here, and we're just going to directly move everything. So as you see, it does tell you the degree angle, how far it is, if there's elevation that needs to be fixed, how much it's going to cost. That is what you want to kind of pay attention to. Now, what I want to do is I want to pull up, because we're going to deal with water, we need to pull up sewage, because we need to do dumping. So it looks like water flows from here down this way, so we're going to want our sewage. What is this? Apparently a bridge. We're going to want our sewer dumps to be right down here, and then we'll want our water intake probably up here. So let's put a couple here. So we'll do that. And now we'll basically combine these pipes here. And you know what? Since this is just sewage, we're just going to do it just like that for now. And then we're going to do a water pumping or a water extraction station. Now, with this, we do have the 2 rivers. I'm going to build them right here so it kind of gets everything combined. So we're going to go boink and boink. And again, we're going to just use a singular water. There we go. And then we're going to take the dual utility and we're going to just, we're going to plug it in right there. Now, as you see, we've already used a good chunk of our money right off the bat, so we're going to kind of keep building. Now, you can take from well water in the ground, so you can see these water towers here. Delivers fresh water into the city. Output, blah, 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 blah. It's costly to maintain when compared to its output capacity, but quite sustainable to bring water to a small community. Can be placed anywhere. So they're very useful. Now, this is your groundwater pumping station. You're going to notice there is groundwater here. So you can absolutely, and it says the water output's 19.8 million gallons. It is very possible now, as you'll see here, sewage treatment. So it'll pump out 26.4 million sewage. So you kind of want to make sure everything is golden here. Now, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want people here. So we're going to put waterfront along here. We're going to put some commercial, and we're going to also put some industrial. Now, you can also select at the beginning of the game if you want to be EU, like if it's in the EU or not. But in the game, you could select what kind of housing you want it to be. So we're just going to select North American because I live in the United States. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a 4-lane road, and we're going to, like this, and we're going to go straight down. Just going to go straight on down right. There. As you see here, the roundabout did merge to create these. I like to build a 4-way just so that we can kind of have things. I'll probably build the waterfront right along there. But we do need to have some roads here. So we'll do just some basic dirt roads. We'll just do that. And we'll connect those to probably the 4-way here. So let's continue building this here. So we're going to kind of go right on up to here. And beautiful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn off snapping. So what we're going to do is, even though it'll snap a little bit, it's still going to curve. So we're going to bend it just like that, so that we have like these nice little property lines right here. So we're going to continue that, and we're going to do that just like that. And then we're going to do a cul-de-sac, and we're going to do, I don't know, let's do that right there. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to build in these coastline residential, not you. We're going to build that, and we're just going to kind of make those coastlines, and then we're going to make these just low-density housing right here. I don't like building on the main road because that will make that main road congested. So we're going to kind of be very careful with where we place things, and that's going to be one of those main things that I do want to point out right off the bat is congestion is a thing in this game. And you do have to bear in mind the congestion, so you can make use of one-way roads, stuff like that. So definitely keep that in mind. So we're going to kind of just bring that right on down. Look how perfect that is. See that? Oh, that's just beautiful. And then we're going to just go like this, and we're going to just connect you right into here. Right there. Perfect. And we're going to connect you. We'll do... Nah. Let's do just a basic dirt road. We'll do the basic dirt road into the cul-de-sac area, and we'll do another cul-de-sac area. Let's see. We're going to do that one right here, and we're also going to do another dirt road to kind of connect up to that. Beautiful. Look how easy that is. All right, so let's continue with these waterfront properties here. Now, a couple things I do want to mention. There are multiple things you do have to be mindful of. So you do have to bear in mind the... Oops. Well, that's fine. We can destroy that utility. I said destroy that utility. That's fine. I don't care. Utility, and we're going to go like this, and we're going to go like that. Now, oh, I see. I see what you want me to do here. Fine. Fine. And that's fine. So we'll do that. We'll bring out the utility again. Do that, and we'll do that. And we'll do that, and we'll do that. There. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place down some commercial zones. So this is going to be like where people come to like buy things. It could be just anything really commercial. We're going to try and leave these areas a little bit untouched here. We don't necessarily want... we don't want... See, as you see there, it's already starting to build. We don't really want... we don't want things building on dirt roads because dirt roads are not very well maintained, stuff like that. So, awesome. Not a problem. Now, as you see, people are already starting to move in. Now, we need industrial. So, the other thing as well that we want to pay attention to is going to be some other stuff as well. So, in this top left corner, there's an information panel. This is going to be your best friend. What I mean by that is we want to know air pollution. So, when we build industrial, we want to build it to where it doesn't go into the populace. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a bridge right across here. And we're just going to... boop. And we're going to make this our industrial area right up here. So, perfect. So we'll do that. And then we'll bend that around. And then we'll do that. And we'll do that. And then we'll kind of just carry on here. And we'll line it up to there. Perfect. And we'll just kind of keep going through. And then, normally I'm pretty good about designing these because you want to make this as compact as possible. I'm terrible at doing that sometimes, and sometimes I'm really good. It really just depends on what you're doing. So I like to keep everything... Excuse me, I sneezed. Had to mute my mic. I like to keep everything somewhat close. Now, with industrial, it is going to be one of those things where you don't want to build a crap ton right off the bat. You want to just keep it a local. Now, you're probably thinking, well, what about power? Yep, that's next. So we can do one of two things. We can either import the power from... Nope. We can import power from here. So we can easily just kind of import power. That costs us money. Or we can make our own power. I like working with making our own power right off the bat. I'm not a fan of using coal plants right away just because it could potentially cause issues. It's not my favorite thing, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to build some solar power. So we're going to kind of build it right here at the start. So we're going to boop. And we're going to do that. That. And that. Just like that, we've already hit milestone 1. Now, we do get a small monetary bonus from this. So, that's one thing I do want to mention kind of right off the bat. Even though you do get monetary value, it could potentially cause some minor issues, especially if you're just like, oh yeah, I got all this really cool like money. Like if you spend it right away, it's not so good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build a transformer. So this is going to be what's basically used to convert high electricity, so high voltage, into lower voltage. So just for now, we do have the excuse me. We do have the, I don't know what I'm thinking here. We do have the wind farms here. So this is 20 megawatts of power. Now, we want to build a good chunk of these because this is also dependent upon wind, how fast the wind is, stuff like that. So we're going to build just a couple more here. Let's build that one, that one, that one, and that one. Now, I'm going to unpause the game once I get everything connected here. Once I get everything connected here, I don't want any of that. I need this back. I need this back. I would like that to be connected to here, 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 and then here. So this is about 40 megawatts of power. So this is not terrible. That produces more than the coal plant does, which produces 20 megawatts low and high voltage. This just produces low voltage for the wind turbines. So what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of get some hospitals going, because we did unlock the next little tiny village here. Now we'll kind of go into that in a minute, but we want to make sure our people are happy, healthy, all the good stuff like that. So let's do this. We're going to put the ambulance. I always like to keep it on a not so busy road, so I'm going to put it right down here just because it's easy for me to expand it. And then we're also going to want a cemetery. So we're going to put the cemetery right there. So we're already spending a... This is also kind of what happens in this game. It gets really stupid. Anywho, we also need to do garbage. So we're going to put garbage in the same side as the industrial. Now, with that being said, you see this brown ring? This is the pollution ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right... You know what? I'm going to put it right there. So what is this? Oh, this is our landfill. So this is also like the position of where the landfill can go. So we're going to kind of just fill this in as much as possible here. I'm just going to do that, do that, do that. We're going to do like that. And we're going to do that, do that, do that. That is now the landfill. Now, we also unlock some new roads as well here. So as you see here, there's like a 4-lane divided road, asymmetric. This game really does get into it. And then we also unlocked medium density housing roads. We don't want to go into that yet. So we're going to unpause the game now, and we're going to kind of let everything take off. So while everything's building, so... Why are you... Oh, hold on. I don't think I built that correctly. Yes. Oh, I see. It's already automatically connected. Cool. So, excuse me. I know what those are doing now. Okay. So we're just gonna build a road up to there. Yeah. Cool. We're gonna do a 4-laner. And we're just gonna do it right there. Boom. Cool. Alright, we're gonna unpause the game. So, as you see here, it says there's not enough water. I don't believe that. Our water's pumping. I don't know why it's saying there's not enough water, so let's click on... Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Right here. So it says sewage treatment, cool. It says water availability. We have a ton of water. Why this is not producing water, I'm not 100% certain. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this. We're going to do that. And we're going to just do a single dirt road with utilities. I don't want snapping. I do not want snapping. Sometimes snapping can become a pain. It's not my all-time favorite. Let me just turn all this off. And then we'll kind of just plug that in right. And we'll plug it right into the road here. Put it right there. So it should... There it is. Water's being provided. So what we're going to do is we're going to speed up time. So as you see down here, medium density is now being needed. It's now being required. So we do need to eventually build the medium density. But for right now, until all this stuff kind of builds, it is very difficult to really determine what all is needed. But as you see here, medium density is just going insane. So let's get some medium density housing going here. So we'll do another roundabout. We'll do it right here. We'll get rid of that house. Perfect. And then we'll do another 4-lane road here. Or, 4-lane road. We're going to kind of come down this way. And we're just going to build it just like this. Now we're going to just build it down across. Oh, nope, see, 90 degree. And now this is where it gets into that point where it's like, okay, hey, we want to make this look pretty. Doesn't always happen, and that's fine. So we're going to make you, and then we're going to put you like right there, and we're going to just boop right down the way. So what we're going to do is now we're going to get medium density housing. So we're going to go doink, 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 doot, 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 and then we're going to do Oceanside again. See, now I don't understand why they do it so high. So as you see here, it said right there, we are selling, hold on. We were selling right here. We have an abundance of electricity production, so we are selling our overproduced electricity. So that's basically what it is there. So now we wait. Now we are losing money, as you see here. We're losing about 6,000 an hour. So we need to be able to increase how much we're producing. So let's build some more commercial. We're going to build it right here and here. And then the next thing we're going to do, what is that? I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what? I think I know what that is. That's fine. So what we're going to do is we're now going to kind of dive into industries. So as you'll see here, this is great for chicken industry in these areas. We could do wheat, vegetables, wood. So all this stuff, the yellow area is saying, hey, this is where it's a good area to build it. Wood is always a good production to be able to import, export kind of thing. You could also do quarrying. You have to be close to a mountain for that one, and that's fine. I like to start off with wood. It's just what I like to start off with. So we're going to kind of put it right. I don't know. Let's put it right. Put it right. You know what? Let's build a 4-lane road. I'm going to just build it like that. And now we'll do the wood production. And see, we got $50,000 for that one. So we're going to do the wood production. Let's do it right. Do it right here. Cool. Oops. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click on the wood production. It's going to say, hey, you need to kind of you need to designate an area for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to move out this area quite a lot. So I like to try and encompass everything as much as possible, at least. So let me do that. Bring this down. Bring this all the way over to here. Bring it up and up. And we're just going to kind of make this nice big area for wood production. Now, of course, you can potentially run out of it. I don't remember if they regrow the trees or not off the top of my head. But that's okay. So we'll kind of just do that, and then we'll do that. And then we'll just kind of do that. And we cannot build that around. That's dumb. That's okay. So we'll bring this back. We'll just bring it right there, and we'll put you here. Sure. So that's basically how we're going to do this. So very easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of stuff. Now we're going to kind of just get out of this view here. And it's just going to start producing some wood. Now, once we do unlock more tiles, we will move this a little bit later. But you could also see the employees and its efficiency and stuff like that as well. With that new upgrade, it says, hey, you could have schooling and stuff like that. And then, of course, you can have medium density housing and not housing rows. So that's definitely going to be one of those interesting things where down here eventually it'll just be like, hey, we need more residential. And sometimes you don't want to do rows like this right here. We don't want to do those. So we do need more commercial. So let's get some more commercial building up here. So we'll do that. Okay. Now, we do want to take a look at our electricity. So it says right here we're producing a good chunk of electricity right now, which is awesome. So we're going to get some more industrial going, so that is prepared to get more. Now, over here, I want to expand this. So let's do this. And we're going to bring it up to here. And just like that. And like this. Yeah, sure, whatever. And we're going to do, what is this? What do we want? Low density. Put a bunch of low density right there. We're going to put some low density. Nope, just kidding, because that's where the sewage is going. And now we just need more commercial, which is fine. So we'll do doot, doot, doot. Just like that. What is this? Condemned. Why? Why? What? Okay. It's fine. Whatever. Do whatever you want. But that's basically it. That's this whole game. Now, we're not going to see natural disasters in this episode. Those do take a little while for them to kind of kick in. But I did show you what the small village is down here. So you can click on this, and what this will do is it will open up unlockables. So in Cities Skylines 1, you did not have this. You just unlock stuff with more population. Cities Skylines 2 kind of reinvented that just a little bit. So basically, you can now unlock certain things like you can do a crematorium, a hospital, incinerator plant, recycling center. You can get a college, you can get better road infrastructure and some parking areas, like all this stuff. So I always like to go the route of parking areas because you can make a lot of good money off of that. And then I like to do advanced road services, so we can absolutely get some stuff going here, and I'm already out of research tokens. So what we do, you can add in traffic lights. So as you'll see here, there's already traffic lights here, but you can basically put like traffic lights in certain areas, and that's fine. Now, as you see, this roundabout's kind of going around, and that's perfect. Later down the road, you can get bigger roundabouts. So if I unlocked this one, I'd get large roundabouts. That could absolutely help this, but as you see here, the traffic flow does get a little bit congested here and there, but but yeah. So with that being said, the whole idea behind this game. How much am I losing? I'm losing 3,000 a day now. It's fine. Oh, you can take loans. You can also adjust taxation, so you can increase taxes. You can increase budgeting for like your roads, your electricity. And what's even funnier is for taxation, you can break it down. Uneducated could get taxed less. The more educated, you could tax more. Commercial, like you can really get into the nitty-gritty fine-tuning stuff on this, and it's really, really insane. So like for beverages, I could increase the tax to 12% if I wanted to, which will boost my income a little bit. Not by much, but it boosts it a little bit. Pharmaceuticals, so we can kind of boost both of those. I don't know, let's do electronics. We'll do 12% on that one. Vehicles, sure, we'll leave it there. Food will leave. Now, as you saw there, it did increase how much I'm getting here and there. For industrial, I like to keep it at a good like 11%, sometimes 12%, depending on how I'm feeling. Let's see here. We'll go up one more. Sure. And that's fine. Like all that stuff is very possible. Now, as you see here as well, you see livestock. So if I had chickens, they would take it from our people instead of importing it. For example, wood here. Our wood is now going to this area, which is giving us more money in turn. Now, like I said, you can kind of nitpick all this stuff. It kind of does come down to you got to find the best thing ever. Now, the production tab does go over everything you're producing. So On this side here, it's a deficit. This is what you're importing. Then there's a surplus. So as you see here, there's a surplus of wood because we're using a little bit here, but we're basically, we're not having to import any wood, which is fantastic. So awesome. Now, as you see down here, we need medium and low density again. But what I like to show you as well is we want to go to, no, we don't want that one. We want this one. So there is a tile purchase area. So we don't just have this one now. In City Skylines 1, you used to be able to like buy that whole square kind of thing next to you. But this one, it's a little different. I'm not a big fan of it, to be perfectly honest, but all the good stuff. But with that being said, I'm going to leave this off here. Thank you all so very, very much for watching today's episode of Solar Bro Reviews. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching this, whether it be the day or night. I hope you all have a good one. Goodbye, everybody.